they just rolled out the new alternative to the like button.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
now,
you can
now
love
it's just
things?
it's not just like. You've got wow and sad and angry.
The heart. That's actually really
Yeah,
nice.
love. That's actually the most.
I was hoping for some additional ones like passive aggressive sigh.
Eye roll. Yeah, it needs eye roll. It definitely needs
angry
eye roll.
is okay, but
Angry's pretty good, but eye roll would be better because I get a lot of friends who post some. I found a thing that says that Obama's the Antichrist, and that I read a
there
thing
needs to be a check Snopes emoji. That would be very helpful.
Oh, a check Snopes. That would be great. That would be pretty awesome. Bill Gates is going to send us all $15 billion if we like this article. Okay, well, that sounds legit. He seems to have a lot of money. I mean, he is Bill Gates. Why would he lie? Bill Gates from Apple will send you $15 million if you do this thing.
Peter, I found these.
Oh. The sad one is the most apt.
Sad VR.
Sad VR. Toaster face.
This episode is going to be really hard on the audio listeners of the podcast.
So we're looking at the.
There's little smileys. Can I narrate for them?
Yeah, would you please? Yeah, explain what you're seeing.
The screen is showing these little Facebook smileys, but they all have those Samsung Gear VR headsets on.
Yeah, Gear VR. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're haha and wow and sad and angry, but you can't see their eyes because they're masked with virtual.
So how many of you used these already on Facebook?
I've used them.
I have too.
Yeah,
once, and then it was over.
No, anyone?
Used them a lot?
Not a lot, but I have used them.
I forgot about it. I've been clicking like for the last 4 days. I did it once, like the first day, and then I forgot, and I just click like now. I mean,
that's the thing. Everybody was always complaining that the like button, reduced everything to either you like it or you don't. And what if something sad happens? You want to acknowledge it, but you don't want to like that somebody's
right. But they don't have negative. They have sad, but they don't have not like. They don't have don't like. Just sad.
Well, so that's the question. Is now we've got it to 6 emotions, right? And now we've got 6 little smileys to cover the spectrum of human emotion.
Right.
What's more reductionist? When you just had like and it could stand in for anything, there could be all these nuances
love,
to what your like means.
Wow.
Or now there's 6 of them and you really you can't feel
That's all you can do.
Snarky or
snarky,
smug or whatever else you might be feeling.
Yeah, but it never felt good saying I liked it when my best friend's dad passed away.
Well, what are you going to... Oh, sad. I guess you could use sad.
But also sad seems...
Yeah, but now what are you going to do?
If someone passed away, I don't know if I would use sad.
Yeah, it feels a little weak. It doesn't feel like quite enough.
Yeah.
It's like there's like one little tear.
Or you could do a heart, the love. It's like I'm giving you my love. I'm sharing my love.
Yeah.
People are going to start misusing them accidentally, like,
But I'm sure he's not going to want to like it. So instead, I would not act on it, and then he would be like, "Wow, nobody really cared that my dad passed away."
Joe and Deborah are getting divorced. Ha ha.
I'm just going to start using angry for everything. I'm like, oh, this looks good. I'm going to anger. People are being so confused. And now how does that work into the algorithm? Because if you like certain things...
Apparently everything is like.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, everything is like? It doesn't matter?
Just for now. All right. This is what I wrote about when this happened, which is that, Facebook was really shrewd about how they pitched this to the public. The whole thing grew out of some of those Mark Zuckerberg town halls where he opens it up to questions from anybody around the world. And at 2 different town halls, Zuckerberg was asked by somebody, what about shouldn't we have a dislike button? And he always sort of deflected it, but it gave Facebook, it started that conversation. He was always very coy about it. And it would start this conversation about should Facebook have a dislike button? And I think that Facebook really has been wanting to do this all along, because if you look at Facebook's algorithm, the like button is one of the biggest signals that Facebook has as to how people are interacting with the content on the social network. So, the like button, if something gets liked 1,000 times, to Facebook's algorithm that says, oh, this is a great post, let's show that to more people. But the problem is that the like button doesn't tell you very much. All it really tells you is that, like, this post was somehow framed in a way that got people to hit like on it. There are even posts, a lot of people will like a post without actually reading the whole thing, just to say, oh yeah, I saw that, or to send a signal of acknowledgement to the friend or something like that.
What are you saying, that people react to things on the internet without actually bothering to do any reading?
I wouldn't dare do that, but
it must be a small small,
a small minority of us, yes.
But actually, the problem for Facebook is that its algorithm is they're always looking for more and finer grained data on how people are behaving on the site, and so as long as the like button was crucial to the algorithm, then Facebook's algorithm would end up sending these posts viral that people were just hitting like on because the post was somehow, the post was somehow framed to make you hit like or to trick you into hitting like.
So they're going to know the difference now. They're going to pay attention to sad and angry.
Yeah, if they can get people to start using these alternatives to the like button, they will have all sorts of new data that they didn't have before on how exactly a given post is resonating.
But don't they really want dislike? I mean, I don't know how you treat like different. I thought they were going to treat it all like a like, because I don't know how you treat sad differently from a like.
So they haven't said yet. I talked to them about this. They haven't said yet exactly how they're going to do it. They've said that for now, all 6 to the algorithm will just register as a like.
Right,
so if you
that's what I thought, yeah.
Sad, it'll just show up as a like to the algorithm. But that's not going to be the case forever. They're going to start, the algorithm is going to start finding ways to incorporate this. I pushed them, I talked to the product manager, and I pushed them a little bit on how it might do this. And they were really hesitant to say that, we want to get a feel for how people are using it. And we really just want to make the experience the best for the users. I'm sure that's all true. But I speculated a little bit about some ways that they could use this data to improve the algorithm. So one idea is, when you have a newscast on TV or a show like This Week in Tech, you don't want to have every single segment be really heavy, right? You want to mix in some funny stuff, some human interest stories.
Cats on Roombas, yeah.
Cats on Roombas, exactly.
Yeah.
And so maybe Facebook uses this data to try to fine-tune your feed. It can do some experiments and figure out what's the optimal mix of stories that make you happy versus stories that make you sad versus stories that make you angry. Maybe they learn about you over time that you don't like stories that make you angry. It makes you, you just end up closing Facebook and not coming back. And Facebook's algorithm reacts to that and then doesn't give you stories that make you angry.
And it does make sense. They would love more signals. Here's a duck on a Roomba, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And
I love that.
the duck. Yeah, I was waiting for the duck.
Oh, this is the same cat with a shark suit, but now there's a duck involved.
They're like all friends. This is a very odd house.
A little palate cleanser.
It's best house, actually, now that I think of it.
Cat's like, Duck, you best be out of my way. I've got stuff to do.
I got places to go, buddy.
How can I train my cat to do that?
Kibble.
Cable?
Kibble.
Cable TV?
No, kibble. Lots of kibble.
Give your cat cable TV. They love Bravo. Make sure they have Bravo, AMC, and ESPN. They like the balls on ESPN. They're kind of like attack the screen.
Netflix, too. Orange is the New Black. They're into it.
Yeah.
So you pointed out that that there were other choices. There was a yay button that they decided not to use. And apparently, according to Casey Newton, there was a confused button.
Yeah, I didn't know about the confused button.
Yeah.
I should have read Casey's story. He's great. Yeah, they had a yay button in some of the early tests. They told me they actually did a bunch of different tests with different configurations. Nobody used the yay button. I guess particularly outside of the United States, people didn't know what the heck it was. Yeah.
Oh, because don't we have that kind of inscrutable emoji where the hands are going like this and it's raining, and that's kind of a yay, isn't it?
And nobody can agree on whether it's called raise hands or praise hands. I've seen it both ways, and it doesn't make sense either way.
It's an inscrutable emoji, and it's popular. So why wouldn't people use a yay button? It seems like that.
Well, if you're looking at my theory, which is that this is not just about the user experience on Facebook, but it's also about Facebook gathering more data, then inscrutable is not good, right? You want it to be. What's the opposite of inscrutable? I guess you want it as scrutable as possible.
It should be scrutable. Yeah.
And so that they want these to be very clear, because you know who else might like this? It's not just the newsfeed algorithm, but advertisers would love to know when they're advertising on Facebook how people are reacting to those ads. I mean, famously, the problem with advertising is that you don't know whether it's doing any good, or you don't know how people are responding to it. And there are all these ways that you try to measure it. This could be a way for Facebook to be able to give advertisers access to some more data about how their ads are performing.
Because if you didn't like something, an ad, you just ignored it. But now you can actually go in and say, I'm angry. This makes me angry.
Dig did this for a while.
Oh, this seems like maybe we shouldn't have ads with...
Well, don't you remember Dig used to have you could thumb up or thumbs down an ad? And they said advertisers wanted that because they don't want to show you an ad that makes you unhappy. So that was useful signal for the advertisers. A thumbs down is a value to them,
And they love it and they're sharing.
Right.
every little bit of information they can throw into the giant machine, and the machine mixes it in.
I know why they didn't have the confused button, because everybody on Facebook would use that all the time.
Yeah. Like half the posts I see are confusing.
I'm confused. And on Twitter, they're all confusing.
Like, here's the thing about Donald Trump. I'm just going to put anger. Watch. Boom. Angry. Ta-da.
No, you got to think that
especially
Facebook
during
would somehow use that.
Yeah.
That's a valuable signal of some kind.
Christina Warren has asked for all responses to her posts on Facebook be the anger.
Yeah, I did that for her.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I did that for her. I was angry that she even asked.
I would do that just on general principle.
Isn't it interesting when you have 1.5 billion users that even something as trivial as this has huge impact, potentially huge impact?
Every little itty-bitty change they have.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Yeah. The amount of data they get every time you refresh or you scroll down, or the 3-second video viewing, everything is tracked. Like, look, now it says I watched that video, even though I moved away from it.
Every time you like a video, an angel gets its wings.
Do we think that Facebook's getting better because of this? You wrote, actually, the reason I wanted to get you on, Will, is because of that great article on the algorithm that you wrote.
Yeah, can you tell I nerd out on this stuff? I love that algorithm, because to me it's this. People don't even realize it. It's one of the most complex and influential machine learning algorithms out there in the world. They have these artificial intelligence experts working on how to extract the maximum possible insight from these crude little actions that you take on Facebook, whether it's hitting like or whether it's how long you spend viewing a given post on your mobile phone before you scroll past it. They look at more and more all the time. And the reason is because they want to keep that algorithm from being gameable. If it's just clicks and likes, then you end up with a Facebook that's very much like the one we had, I'd say around 2012, 2013, where everybody is forced to write their posts in such a way that they're tricking you into either clicking or liking. And that is, in fact, what happened. It was a direct result of the fact that Facebook's algorithm used such crude data sources. So the more different data sources Facebook can incorporate into that algorithm, the more difficult it becomes to game, and the closer your news feed becomes to your own ideal news feed of what you would like to see when you open Facebook every day. And that's different for different people. Some people want nothing but cats on Roombas chasing ducks, and other people want nothing but, serious discussion of politics. Or they claim they want to see a lot of serious discussion of politics or news or that sort of thing. Other people just want to see their friends' photos. And, why shouldn't they be able to have a Facebook that's just their friends' photos? So Facebook's working on that all the time in these minute ways. And it's just amazing the level of sophistication that they've already achieved in terms of doing that.
Well, without really any change on my part, my Facebook feed got a lot better. It obviously is doing something to notice what I'm looking at. And I'm not the person who wants all the viral stuff. I want actually, and in fact, believe it or not, I've noticed of late that Facebook is actually a very good source for news stories for me.
Yeah, if you use it that way, it's all based on how you use it. I always hear these people will comment on my story and they'll say, I went on Facebook for the first time in 6 months and it was terrible. I hated the stuff. It was like, well, of course, because the only way that it's going to get half decent is by getting to know you the more you use it. Yeah.
Were they fairly forthcoming about how they do what they do? I always get the sense that that's kind of secret sauce.
It is, yeah. It's their secret sauce. They were more forthcoming with me than they had been in the past. They let me in. They let me actually see a little bit of the code of the newsfeed algorithm on somebody's computer, as long as I didn't take any photos. They were careful. I mean, I had to go to the bathroom, and they had to walk with me over to the bathroom to make sure I.
Like you're doing a drug test.
You're not stealing anything.
We don't know if you copied down the code on a piece of paper and rolled it up and then flushed it. They had a guy working at the sanitation. Like, oh, here it is. We got the code, guys. We're gonna fix Google Plus.
They didn't come inside, but to their credit, they did. They were forthcoming about it, and they were willing. I mean, they want it to be understood that their real goal here with the news feed is to make it better and better, so that over time it really becomes sort of your personal ideal news feed.